Okay, good morning. Good morning. Okay, so I have added, originally in the email, I said that we were just going to use light weights, but I'm going to add a little bit um, because I feel like I could really use it for myself. If you do not have a foam roller, you probably, oh my God, really? You probably have a bath towel. And this is how I suggest that you fold it up. Um, You'll fold it in half, like this, and then you'll fold it in half again. And I like to roll up the side that has potentially that thing in it on the inside. And then you'll just, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it's actually almost the same width. This feels a lot different and you can do a lot more. I recommend getting a foam roller because I love mine. But this is fine and this will do, okay? So you'll put your foam roller kind of like this, and you're gonna be leaning back on it in just a moment. I just wanna make sure. I hope you heard all that. Okay, so I'm gonna start with my weights close by. I'm actually going to, yeah, I'm just going to keep them right next to my hand so I can easily grab them. Okay, and part of this is for abdominal connections, and then upper spine mobility, shoulder neck release. That's all the good stuff that's going to happen here, and I'm excited about it personally. Okay, so you will know that your whatever you have, your bath towel or your foam roller is in the right place. When you feel like you kind of have to bring your hands behind your head, that's great. That means that it's not too high. If you feel like you absolutely can't keep your head up or it feels really awkward, just scoot forward. Scoot forward or back until it just kind of feels like it's right around mid shoulder blade range. And I'm just gonna start to get some mobility and release here by moving my whole upper body back and forth. And for this, I recommend that you focus on your breath more than anything else and trying not to hold your breath, enjoying getting some mobility in the upper spine. Very often we do the opposite of this position right here. We're rounding forward. So being able to get this other shape is really kind of a gift for the neck and the shoulders, and it just feels great. So yeah, the difference between the foam roller and the bath towel is that this provides a deeper stretch. It feels better, it feels nicer. And I had a soft foam roller for a few years. I had one that was a harder foam, and it was just a little too intense on the spine. So I ordered a softer foam roller, and it's much better. Okay, I'm just pausing back here because it feels so good. And then I'm gonna bring my elbows up, curl up again. I'm gonna lift my booty and scooch forward a little bit. So now the foam roller is upper shoulder blades. It's not on my neck. You should never roll out your neck. That's at least what I have been told. So now I'm doing it again, but it's a little higher up. And it's going to feel more in the shoulder region, like a massage for the shoulders. And we'll just do 4 more here. I like exhale to come up. And 3 more. And 2. And 1 more time. After that, just a quick note about rolling on the spine. If you have any conditions with your spine, osteoporosis or disc issues, you should absolutely check with your doctor to make sure that this is okay for you, all right? So from here, I'm going to keep my head up and I'm going to bring my elbows forward and really try to release my head into my hands. This next part is to activate the abdominals more than anything else. Relax your head, go back an inch. When you curl forward, keep your head relaxed and feel like you're drawing your ribs in toward your spine. Inhale back, exhale forward. Go ahead and relax your shoulders. Okay, so I want like as little work in the neck and the shoulders as possible. And this is what I'm feeling more than anything else. I'm using my arms to control the movement, not my neck. And I'm trying to keep my shoulders pretty relaxed along the way. Let's do 3 more. 2 more. And then last one. Okay, now just for a stretch, I'm going to let my head go all the way towards the ground. If you can bring your head to the ground and it doesn't feel terrible, do that. If it feels safe and okay for you to bring your arms out to the sides, do that. And this will be an incredibly deep shoulder stretch. So I have like a situation going on in my left shoulder. I'm pretty positive that this is the exact medicine that I need. I've got one shoulder that's really tight and another one that just could care less. So for those of you that are very tight across one or both of your shoulders, I'm sympathetic to that. I'm 50% with you. If that's you, my suggestion is to bring yourself into this position every single day for 3 minutes. Set a timer, put it in your alarms, in your phone, set an alarm for a time that you are likely to do it, and do it every single day. A lot of people, when the front of their shoulders gets really tight, they tend to have dysfunction everywhere, but funny enough, more in the back of the shoulders is what I see. So this can be a game changer for you, all right? I'm going to spend another 3 breaths here. And 2. Yeah, like my shoulder is slowly releasing and it doesn't feel angry. Now it feels like it's chilling out. 1 more. Okay. Nice and easy. You should always come out of that really easy. I'm curling up. I'm rolling over to my side. All right. And you'll just take your towel or your foam roller. Say goodbye. Okay. From here, now, gosh, that feels different immediately in my spine. So now it feels a little just easier for me to keep my neck long and my spine long here. We're going to do, since we did the forward and back, similar to cat-cow, now we're going to go side to side. I'm looking to the left. You're looking at your booty or your foot, maybe both, and then go to the other side. And you're breathing. And side to side. And let's do 1 more each way. Nice deep breaths. And come back to the center. From here, I'm going to scoop my hands in just a little bit so they're really directly underneath my shoulders, not any wider. And I'm going to do the same with my knees. Actually, I'm going to bring my knees together. And I'm going to stretch out one leg. Toes are down. And I'm just going to lean back for a calf stretch. And then come back and then do the other side. Reach. Okay? When it comes to mobility in the feet and the ankles, we got to give them some attention. So this is just to wake up the foot and the ankle and the calf a little bit. And reach. I'm going to do 1 more each side. breathing the whole time, and then come back to the center. Now I'm gonna stretch out the right leg and also reach out my left arm. The fingers and the toes are connected. This is called a closed chain. The minute you lift, it gets a little bit more challenging, right? There's a variety of reasons why you maybe want to stay here. This is still a phenomenal exercise. And maybe this is the next step that's clear to you that you'll take. They're both very similar to one another. I'm gonna tap the ground really lightly and then come on up. There's a focus on stability and breath. Just keep breathing and try to remain pretty stable through the spine. Let's just do 2 more. 2, and then 1 more time. And then come on in. And we will try the other side. So we're gonna start with our closed chain exercise. This is generally safer for anyone that's in sort of a recovery, has any sort of an injury. Plug in your shoulders, lengthen your neck, and then you'll see how it feels to lower and lift, all right? Nice deep breaths. This is a beautiful core exercise. This is a great wrist, shoulder, hip strengthener as well. Let's just keep breathing. And the reason why I say it's a strengthener, I feel like it's a little bit restorative for some people to be in the hands and knees position. When we were babies, you can come back down. When we were babies, we did this, right? And this was the precursor to crawling. And what was happening, you know, we can't just crawl. I guess some babies, those wonder babies, can do whatever the hell they want. They can do whatever the hell they want. That was kind of dramatic. No, but seriously, most babies develop and they're doing this before they crawl. It gives them the strength in their hands and their arms and their shoulders and their hips. It's exactly what's happening here. And then after that, and crawling can be incredibly restorative too, okay? I don't want to go too much into that, but anyway, I do really like this position, even though we tend as we age to avoid it because it gets harder to do. But I don't want it to be harder to do. I want it to be okay to do. We don't need to spend a lot of time on our hands and knees, but sometimes we gotta be there for whatever reason. So here it is, a very, very, very gentle restorative movement for the wrists, the shoulders, the knees, the hips, right? And if it's not good for you to be here, then you don't do it. But I think for a lot of people that are like teetering on the edge of, I just don't like this, it doesn't feel good. Well, you know what? We probably have to pick things up and clean the corners and, you know, pick up our things and whatever. So can't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. All right, quick stretch. Inhale, exhale. And then I'm going to come down onto my side. I'm using I have light weights here. Mine are 2-pounders. They're completely optional. I'm going to lie down on my side, just like this. If this is not comfortable for you, grab that towel and put it right under your head and maybe just bend the arm like this or do something else that feels right, okay? I'd rather than have you like this because doesn't that look awkward? We don't want awkward. And I'm going to grab my weights. I'm going to use both. I'm going to try to get my spine nice and straight. It should feel like your sits bones are looking that way and the crown of the head is the opposite direction. Nice and straight through the spine. This is a rotator exercise. Knuckles up. Knuckles up. It's nice to breathe here, to find a sense of, you know, your belly muscles are certainly not going to get fatigued here, but they are involved. You're keeping your midsection nice and still. We'll do 4 more. And 3. And 2. And 1 more time. And then come all the way down. I'm just going to put my weights down for a moment. Bring my hand back. Stretch out both legs and lift just the top one. So I'm not in a straight line here. My back is, but my legs are pitched forward a little bit for some extra stability for as we move. So the top leg is going to come forward and back. And really the goal is to strengthen and create more strength and mobility in the hip. But the extra goal is to create core strength and stability. And you do that by just remaining nice and still and lengthened through the spine. Nice deep breaths along the way are lovely for the brain and the lungs. The deeper you breathe and the more of a flow you can get there, that's core work in and of itself. And let's do 3 more. And 2 more. I like to flex forward and point back. And then 1 more time. And back. And then the legs can come back to where you started. A little bit of turnout with the top leg and kick up and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold right about there. Make that top leg almost longer than the bottom leg. I say that just so you can get one hip right on top of the other. And we'll move just the top leg. It's a nice little easy circle. Imagine that everything else has got to remain nice and still. 3, 2, and let's go 8 in the other direction. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to where you started. I'm going to slide my top leg forward and my bottom leg back. I'm still nice and long through the spine. Bottom leg is going to lift up. I'm going to point that foot, little pulse up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and now I'm flexing. Now I'm flexing. 5, 4, 3. We're going to do both just to get crazy. A point and a flex, and a point and a flex, and a point. Last 3. 3, 2, 1. I'm going to point and hold. Neck is still long, jaws easy. Little circles. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, as away. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. Both legs come back out. I like heels together, toes apart for this one. Your hand should be in front of you, but just a quick note, if you're like leaning forward and crazy pushing into your arm, try and roll yourself back on your side. Be on your side. Draw the abdominals in. Both legs get so long that they lift and lower. Lift and lower. Nice deep breaths along the way. If you want to add a little bit of a, take it up a notch, arm to your side, and also a head lift. Just kind of feels nice here too, but not for everyone. For every exercise that you get delivered to you in a class, you get to decide if it's right for you, if you're feeling it in a place that feels like it makes sense to you. And if you're not, then you change it or you ask for a modification. You don't just keep doing something that feels bad. Okay? Because it's not really about that. One more lift. Lower down. Let's just take a quick stretch here. Bend the knees forward. Bring your bottom arm forward and your top arm open. And this just is so nice. And just a quick reminder, twisting, this is a deep spinal twist. Your knees are in one direction, your head is in the other. This can be contraindicated for some disc issues and conditions, so just make sure that it's right for you. Give me one more deep breath. Okay, roll back. Before we keep going, I want to do another rotator set here. I would like to do 3. We've done 1, and let's go for it. So I always do a quick spine check-in. Sits bones are facing in one direction, crown of the head in the other. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's put the weights down for just a moment. Bring your arm forward, straight ahead out in front of your chest. Come up and forward. Keep your spine pretty still, your midsection pretty still. Let's just let the arm move. Just 2 more. Draw the shoulder down away from the ear a bit. And one more time. Good. And then last set here. I've got my little weights. The weights are optional, especially if you've had a rotator injury and all this kind of feels wonky. It feels nice to just let your arm do that. And what I do is I just pretend like there's more resistance than there is, like you're moving through sand or water or something else that sounds exciting. I'm not sure what you're thinking about, but let's do two more. And then one more time. Okay, down. Okay, we're gonna come up to the hands and knees before we flip over. So let's come back to where we started. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And I like to do a very modified push-up. Push-ups are a really great exercise to do however you want. You don't have to be in a plank position. You can stand up and come to the wall. I think this is just a great exercise to continue to figure out how to do in a way that feels doable, rather than being like, I hate push-ups, they're just so hard and so stupid. Elbows are gonna go wide. When you lower yourself, it's like your chin or your nose wants to come in between your pointer fingers and then push yourself away. I am keeping my booty sticking out. I'm not rounding, okay? I'm keeping my spine long. I'm finding some engagement from the belly by breathing. I personally like inhale down, exhale up. Let's do 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, let's come to the other side. We've got more push-ups to do, just not right now. So again, if being on your shoulder the way I am is uncomfortable, just grab that towel or a pillow or whatever. And I'm gonna grab my weights. I'm gonna lengthen myself out, knees forward, crown of the head, reaching in one direction, sits bones in the other, rotator. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, I'm gonna put these guys down. Legs gonna come out nice and straight. So again, just a reminder, I'm on a bit of an angle. Upper body is kind of nice and straight. Legs are forward a bit. Hand is in front of me. If you're rounding, if you're leaning into the ground, you've got all your weight in your hand, that's not it. Come onto your side so you can use your center, your core to help stabilize instead of the arm. Top leg comes up. It's about hip height, and we go forward and back. So again, this whole little series, we're just doing a short version of it, is meant to strengthen and create mobility in your hip. But it's also going to do a bunch of other things if you choose to notice that. It's core work, nice deep breaths. We're still lengthening through the spine. There's a lot of ways to grow this series, so it becomes more challenging, but good to start with the foundation, which is the question for me, which is what's moving and what's not. The leg is moving. And since this is about flexibility, stretch the leg back, reach it forward. Let's do 2 more. And if for some reason you are lessening your range of motion, that's fine, because I bet you have a really good reason. And then come back, a little bit of turnout, and kick up and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think we did 10 on the other side. Who knows? Come down and hold. Make this leg longer. It almost feels like you're making it longer than the bottom one. And for me, that helps to get one hip right on top of the other. and little circles here. You can almost keep your hand right on your hip so you know you're keeping it nice and still. 4, 3, 2, and we can go the other way. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then lower down, and I'm going to bring my knee forward. Just a quick note here, if for some reason bringing your knee all the way down is just uncomfortable for your hips, this is another place where you can put a pillow or a yoga block or your towel. Bottom leg straightens out, pointing and little pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 2, 1. We flex. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Let's do both to get crazy. Point, flex, point, flex, point. Move the foot, move your toes, warm up the ankle. 3, 2, 1. Now point and hold little circles. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We go the other way. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Straighten both legs out. I like heels together, toes apart for this. And just a quick note, if you're leaning into your hand, no. Come onto your side. Lengthen both legs so much that they lift. And one side is very likely to feel different from the other. This is my side. That's a little bit harder than the other one. The other side, I could very easily take all the weight out of my front hand. For this one, I have to adjust a bit, but I can. But we got to really look to find the support from the abdominals. If you added your head lift, go ahead and do that. Keep your legs nice and straight. I like to give the heels a little squeeze. And 3, and 2, and last one. And lower all the way down. And we can grab this nice stretch here. You can bring your bottom arm forward. Oh, just got a little adjustment in my spine. So give yourself a few beautiful exhales here. Notice if you're carrying tension in some places, your hips, your neck, your wrists, your parts, who knows? Fill up with air. And exhale. Give yourself one more breath. Try and relax your shoulders. And then roll back to your side. Grab your little weights. Here, we've got some more rotator work to do. Knees are forward. Neck is long. Knuckles up. 2. Belly button is still drawn in. Really, instead of saying that, I should say there's just an awareness in my midsection that I am remaining fairly stable to help keep my spine aligned. Let's do 3 more here. 3, 2, and 1. And then come down now. Keep yourself with your shoulders stacked. Bring your top arm forward. I'm bringing my top arm up to the ceiling and maybe just slightly behind the line of my body. 3 more. 2 more. 1 last time. And last set of our rotator exercise. And 1, 2, 3, relax the jaw. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This one's getting real fatigued. And 10. Okay, good. Let's put those down. Okay, we're going to come up onto our hands and knees one more time. We've got some more of your favorite exercise, the push-ups. Your friends, the push-ups. Okay, I'm going to again keep mine. I just want to give you Another option down here, if this is boring and if doing this is boring and you're like, this is boring, bring your knees back. You're welcome to come into a plank position, by the way. It's just not for me right now. I'm coming back here because this just feels nice. Neck is long, shoulders are down. Inhale and exhale. Push the floor away. My thought is when it comes to push-ups, why not focus on alignment, keeping the head lengthened and the spine lengthened as you move. I see people, pushing through push-ups and their form looks terrible and everything looks terrible and it looks like they hate it. And so I just decided why. Why are we doing this? Last 3 and 2 and 1 more. And I feel like this is a valuable exercise that people avoid because it sucks. Let's quickly stretch the chest. How about the head moves a little side to side? Let's do 1 more set of push-ups. This is everyone's favorite. Tricep push-ups. Okay? I see people doing this a few ways. Here's 1. Lower your elbows down. Your eyes are looking straight in between your elbows. Push yourself up. That's one way that I see people doing it. Number 2, lower your elbows down. Keep your nose in between your pointer fingers. Oh my God, that just got so much harder. Those are the 2 ways that I see people doing it. Oh, the 3rd way, P.S., is completely wrong with elbows out to the side. This is what we want. 2. Elbows are in, right? 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. Last one. Oof. That was enough of those. Stretch. Stretch is good. Let's keep the arms right by your sides. If being on your knees is uncomfortable, you can do this standing. I'm going to keep my right arm right by my side. Left arm will come up. I'm going to look over to the right, and I'm going to reach up through my left fingertips as I reach down through my right. And this is a beautiful side stretch. You can lean your hips ever so slightly to the left. And then let's come over to the other side. Left arm reaches down, right arm reaches up, look over. And then come back. Arms up to the sides, a quick twist. Twist to the right, keep your hips still. Inhale, come back to the center. And another way. And come back to the center and bring the arms all the way down. All right, come on up. And that's it. Have a lovely day. Drink water, eat your veggies, think about fun things.